Okay, now I know I said I was going to be going on a slight hiatus due to focusing on other projects, most notably my music, but then this popped along and I was like, well, I'm not going to not talk about this. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is one of the most, if not the most beloved properties to come out of Roald Dahl. It's taken on many forms since the book came out. Most notably, it's had a spin-off book, it's had films, it's had TV shows, it's had its own chocolate lineup and its own chocolate branding throughout the years. And for years, I honestly thought that the worst thing to come out of it was the Tom and Jerry and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which was basically a shot-for-shot remake of the 1973 film. And it was it was responsible for so much, and it was responsible for most notably these faces. And that drove the internet bonkers and became probably one of the most hated things to be associated with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Until something came along recently in Glasgow. Now, as of recording this, it's been nearly a couple of weeks since it happened, but more and more stories keep coming out of it, and that is the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory experience in Glasgow, or Willy's Chocolate Experience as it was advertised. And oh boy, I have not seen anything so disappointing and so unprofessional in all the years and all the events that I have seen. I'm sure that you've all seen the photos across social media, but here they are again, and just looking at it, it's pretty self-explanatory. And the fact that they were charging £35 a ticket per person, absolute shambles. And I wouldn't even pay anything just to go anything, and you could probably, I mean, I guess if it was a free event, then maybe it wouldn't be that bad, but the fact that they're charging £35 per person to go into that, and that was just the tip of the iceberg, because the company that organised this, House of Illuminati, used AI-generated images to promote the events. Instant red flag, because if they're using AI images rather than paying somebody to Photoshop or draw something like a concept or envision of what the event is going to be like, then that in itself is indicating that your event is going to be a no-go zone. So let's just take a look at one of the AI-generated images versus reality. So I think you'll be able to tell which one is which, because if you're using AI-generated images like that, and especially if kids are going to be seeing that, because kids sometimes can't distinguish which is real and which is fake. And even adults as well, with the way that with how advanced AI is becoming recently. But if you're using AI images like that, and you're setting this expectation for children as if that's exactly what it's going to be like, they turn up at what was basically just some props scattered across an abandoned warehouse in Glasgow. And they even use an AI-generated poster to promote the event. Just, for those who haven't seen this, look at this. Just look at it. It's awful. And the fact that they didn't even use Photoshop or anything similar to fix the errors that the AI has made, it's got ensuring entertainment, which obviously I guess is supposed to say enriching, catgagating, which I can only assume is supposed to say captivating, live performances, even though there wasn't any, Cartchy tons, whoa, hold your horses, where are you going to this weekend? Well, stop, don't even think about it, because this event has Cartchy tons. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean, but Cartchy tons is Cartchy tons, whatever the hell that even means. Anyway, it also has extraordinary lollipops and a paradise of sweet tweets. Even the AI is actually messing up my words. It's like a paradise of sweet teats. If you had no idea what this event was going to let yourself in for, and you saw this what was used to promote the event, you're screwed. I actually don't think I could, I'm going to be absolutely honest, I don't feel I can really sympathise with anyone who saw that and actually paid money to go and see that. Because I'm sure that most people would look at that and be like, something's not quite right here. I wonder... They're obviously so cheap, they can't pay somebody to make up a poster. They're just relying on AI to generate it. That could say a lot about how cheaply ran the events is going to be. And even though it was such a absolute shambles of an event, it's been an absolute goldmine because of a lot of the stuff that's coming out of it, which I'm sure that you've probably seen scattered across various social media platforms. But for those, let's just take a look at the Invention Lab, which looks like a makeshift meth lab, and what the Oompa Loompa here looks absolutely miserable, and it's completely understandable why, because she thought this was absolutely nothing that was described to me. Like, this was obviously something completely different in her mind compared to what she was expecting before she even set foot into this warehouse. Speaking of the actors, a lot of them came forward about how the costumes that they wore were cheap, they were nasty to wear, they were itchy, they probably got them from Poundland or something like that. And a lot of the actors have told media outlets that they have not received a single penny. So they were offered, my understanding was that these actors were offered £500 for the whole weekend, and yet not a single one of them have been paid a single penny of that 500 quid. The actors also opened up about the scripts that they were given, which was very clearly AI generated, as if it was ran by ChatGPT, and it was 15 pages long and made absolutely no sense whatsoever, and the script itself was clearly responsible for this.
What is that? It's the unknown!
So the unknown, which is clearly what AI came up with in the script. So the organisers obviously just took a look at this and thought, hey, the unknown, maybe we could work with that. And they came up with a villain that has absolutely no association with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory whatsoever, no matter if it's been the book or the film or anything, any form of adaptation of this novel. So the unknown is basically a evil chocolate maker that lives in the walls, and that's pretty much all there is to it. There's no backstory, there's no background to the character. Why is he evil? Why does he live in the walls? Now, as for the actor who played the unknown, have a guess what kind of a person played this character. But really think about it. Who could have possibly played the unknown? Because if you haven't heard about this, I guarantee you are going to be so far off. Because as it turns out, because I would not have guessed this kind of person in a million years, the actor or actress, as I should probably say, of the unknown was played a 16-year-old girl. Yeah, I couldn't believe that either. And let's just take a listen to what she had to say.
Hello, it's Felicia, and this is my official unknown face reveal. So, yeah. Hello, I'm Felicia, I'm 16, and I am the unknown. First of all, I am a ghetto, sorry to disappoint. Second of all, this is actually my real hair. It is not a wig. That's some of the cast. Yeah, that's me. I still had my mask on at that point. That was actually after, like, this is when it was shut down. This is when everyone got told to leave. And at this point, one of the Oompa Loompas gave me a bag of sweets because I had not ate the whole day, and I was sitting behind that mirror and I was sore, I was starving, and it was really, really lovely. And before you guys ask, yes, I have seen the leaked photo of the cast, and I am a little bit upset that I wasn't able to do the review, but it is what it is, you know.
So her, along with the people who played Willy Wonka, the Oompa Loompas, they've opened up about their stories on TikTok and have even gone on national television to describe their experiences. But probably my favourite thing to come out of this event, and I've not seen a lot of people talking about this, was that the company that actually hires out these props, because House of Illuminati, who organised this, they don't own the props. They're actually hired out by a rental company, who I believe are called Event Hire Company, if I if I recall that correctly. And they described in a statement that they have supplied to 2,500 events over a span of 20 years, and they had said that they had never seen anything so unprofessional. They said that they had never seen their props used in such a unprofessional environment, and had said that they had no involvement with the events, they did not collaborate with House of Illuminati. And let's just take a look at the whole statement to see what they had to say.
We would like to state that we did not partner or collaborate with Willy's Chocolate Experience in Glasgow. We were contacted in recent weeks by House of Illuminati, who inquired about hiring some chocolate factory-themed props. Our involvement as a third-party supplier was to deliver a list of items to the venue in Glasgow and collect them after the event, which we did. We had no involvement with the design or planning of the Willy's Chocolate Experience, which evidently fell very short of the expectations promised to ticket holders. We are disappointed that videos of our own immersive chocolate factory events may have been presumed incorrectly to be associated with this event. In over 20 years in business, supplying over 2,500 events each year, we have never seen an event so missold to customers, and executed so unprofessionally. In light of this, we have taken the decision to donate in full the prop rental fees we received from the event organiser to a local Glasgow children's charity.
And you know what, I have massive respect for them, because instead of profiting off of what turned out to be a absolute disaster of an event, they decided to donate the money that House of Illuminati gave to them to local children's charities, and I absolutely applaud them for that. One last crazy thing I want to mention about this is a lot of people are comparing this to Fire Festival, that festival that was on the Bahamas Islands and turned out to be absolutely nothing the event was described as, and the fact that there were so many events pulling out, people had to sleep in poorly made tents. The person who was responsible and organised that, his first name was Billy, I can't remember his surname, and the person who organised Willy's Chocolate Experience in Glasgow was Billy Cole, so also Billy. So that's a crazy coincidence, I don't know, but the fact that one person named Billy was involved in the main man behind Fire Festival, and another person named Billy was involved in the running. Well, I say involved in the running, that's very lightly actually. They were pretty much the masterminds and mastercrafts, like the head honchos behind the whole thing. Both of them were named Billy. But anyway, I'm going to leave it for that video because I've gone on for recording a lot longer for this than I anticipated. But if there's one thing we've learnt from this event, is that if whatever it is that you're claiming your event to be, you have to actually deliver it. And that's actually somebody who... I've actually run events myself and I've been involved in the running of events. And whatever you claim your event to be, you have to make it a promise. You have to deliver every single aspect that you have claimed your event to be. And if you don't, all hell will break loose for you. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until whatever I get up next, goodbye. Mwah.